Right now, there is a big gap in what people know about crypto, and I think it's getting bigger. Take a look at the Democrats in the House. They keep saying no. Yes, in the last election, hundreds of people who were in favor of crypto won, and hundreds who were against it lost. This is what I mean by making crypto the big event in the US. People in the US want this tech. We know that. I think that lawmakers over 65 don't fully understand how important this technology is for everyone. Also, why are we still using cash in the US when everyone else is using crypto so quickly? I'm not sure. I can't say that. Is it because the Democrats are trying to talk things out? Or because they don't know what to do? Be sure to tell me what you think it is below. I do want to talk briefly about the iBitShares ETF. For Bitcoin, though, it is the biggest and most well-known ETF, and its value is also rising the fastest. One strange thing is that the BlackRock ETF is worth $115 billion all by itself. BlackRock keeps buying because there is a lot of value going through. Why not stress out one more ETF the same way you did the first one? Will it still cost $2? Or will it cost $5 or $10? You can find less and less IX crap on the market. Do you think the price will go up even more? I don't know what to say. It's given to people with a lot of money first, and then to everyone else. Yes? But we know that big trading firms like BlackRock Fidelity, ShareSwap, and others are putting all of their money into crypto. Let's do it. Robbie Mishnick is an outside worker who is the head of digital assets at BlackRock. Here's another video clip from him. I'm going to play this now. The main thing that most people know is that DeFi might be the most important change in the world of assets and blockchain. Yes? But it's also the area that is the farthest from being widely used, unlike, say, the early days of crypto here or blockchain use case here. Not a single bank can't be helped by DeFi in some way. Yes? So everything else has been a mix of chances and maybe risks. Everyone in DeFi needs to think about what this means for them in case it comes true. That's the reason everyone is there. You're not. When it comes to banks and fund managers, we're not quite there yet. That point is about to happen very soon. Rules will play a big role in all of that, but in the US, it has been very hard to get groups like the OCC, the Federal Reserve, the FICC, the FECC, and the SEC to agree on what needs to be done. I agree with you that the Trump administration has done a good job of hiring the right people for the jobs. I only want more to be done to help businesses in the US. When this all started, I remember being told that they were going to focus on American cryptos. Since then, the only thing that's been talked about is Bitcoin, which I don't think will help anyone but the people who bought Bitcoin 5 or 10 years ago. These days, not many people can afford to buy a whole Bitcoin. One more clip. Financial firms have used private blockchains in the past. They might be moving to public blockchains now that the rules and politics have changed over the last few years. The private blockchains have been reviewed, and I don't think the news is good. At that point, it was clear that a wide range of studies have been done on this subject. Happened in the beginning. There, all the banks and some other TradFi institutions felt at ease, but the past is the past. It also shows that none of these private blockchain projects have been widely used or adopted in a way that makes business sense on a big scale. When we think about it again, that makes sense in terms of how a private blockchain reduces the value of blockchains. Public blockchains are getting more and more important, even for TradFi companies. They might not be the main focus just yet, but things are moving in that direction. Plus, in the past 2 weeks, clear, positive regulatory advice has backed up the idea that this is now a good area for even US banks to be interested in. It's interesting to hear that these bigger companies aren't really interested in private blockchains at the moment. I also wanted to make it simple for you to know the difference between public and private blockchains. I found it. Here is a list of some of the most well-known public and private blockchains. This is what was found. We've heard that paid users have been having a hard time with their program during the third quarter. Because of this, Corda had to fire some people, and they're thinking about separating our 3 quarters and selling each one separately. That was the end of them. It's interesting that IBM has its own hyperledger structure. Hyperledger Sawtooth and Quorum are also things you talk about. Sawtooth is a cool dog name. Taurus and Open Chain came next. The most well-known public chains are Ethereum, Bitcoin, BNP, Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, Avalanche, Stellar, Tezos, and Cosmos. You may not have heard of these two. It's interesting to see what it found and what it showed us. So, I hope that was helpful. Also, everyone has seen this movie clip. Don't go anywhere because I have a lot to do. Hey there, Brad Garlinghouse. I got more Robbie Mishnick stuff. It has some cool Ripple links that you should check out. Let's play this to get it. He runs BlackRock and is telling us where this is going. I play this video clip a lot, and it has something to do with what we're talking about now. BlackRock is aware of the changes that are happening with digital assets and tokenization over time. They want to be one of the biggest groups. One of the most important ones will be them. Also, think about what could happen to the expiration price if some kind of deal with Ripple is made public. Changes the whole world. I can give you some ideas about where I think most of this value will go today. Okay? Welcome. You'll see a lot of this value on each bar with Algorand, Stellar, and Ondo, as I told you. It looks like that group of people will be very important to the tokenization project. These are the people who come to mind when I talk about this. A lot of other people will too. Brad Garlinghouse also drops hints that have nothing to do with the story. We would be happy with an ETF that goes down in value, but I'll play this for you so that you'll be happy with it. Plus, I believe there will always be more than one ETF for every coin. I believe that ETFs based on groups could even come about, which would spread that risk even more. Aside from BlackRock, are you in touch with the biggest lenders to make this happen? I'm not going to say anything about that. We agree with what BlackRock has said in public about things that are best for the expiry community as a whole. Ripple is clearly a big deal in the Sherpa playa. Expert was the second most expensive coin before the SEC sued it. That has mostly gone away now, I think, because of the trouble that case caused. But these are long-term plans for how to make these different digital tools helpful and help people in the real world. I think that the XRP ledger and SCRP as a coin have become more useful over the last few months as they have become clear. Because of this, different businesses are beginning to use their own strategic stores. This is what I want you to understand now. Every small business and organization, such as a bank, credit union, or company, will also want to set up a reserve here. As more businesses do it, it will become the norm. It won't be 100% right away. There will be a big turning point in the next few days because all of these different digital asset plans will need more digital assets to work. People will really want to join the ecosystem, and it will be a big turning point when there is consistency and rules that make it safe for everyone to do so. I believe that will be very strong when we get there. Congress needs to figure out how to control crypto in a way that works for everyone. If they can do that, it will have a huge impact. Okay? One more video. Ravi Mitik, it took